What was your favorite movie and why?
Probably E.T. was a popular movie. Ghostbusters was a popular movie.
And why did you like those movies?
Probably because they were popular movies. It was the thing to see with all your friends.
What was your car in the 80s?
Well, my first car was my parents' car. My dad let me drive his 78 Cadillac DeVille. And then he had a 1982 Pontiac Bonneville that I drove. But I didn't really have my own car yet in the 80s.
Who were your friends in the 80s?
I had friends Chris, Dave, Doug, I don't know, friends I still have today. Longtime friends. Friends from the neighborhood. That's what they were. We were all a group of friends that hung out in the neighborhood. Used to hang out at the park and play basketball, play soccer, play frisbee in the park. That's where we hung out.
And that answers my next question. Are you guys still friends?
Oh yeah, still friends to the day.
All right. Did you have a job in the 80s? And if you did, what would that be?
My first job, I started when I was 16, was at White Castle in Maplewood.
What was your favorite band in the 80s?
Well, I liked the Scorpions. I liked Metallica. They were a young band then, late 80s. I was a rocker kind of guy. I liked the hard rock.
How did you dress in the 80s, or what was the popular way to dress in the 80s?
Well, I was not dressed in a popular way in the 80s. I just wore jeans and T-shirts. I didn't have any fashion statement in the 80s when I was hanging out with my friends.
What would you say the fashion statement would have been in the 80s?
Hard to say. I don't know. Girls had big, tall hair in the 80s. A lot of makeup. Probably jackets. A lot of guys like to wear jackets all the time, with their sleeves pushed up.
Stuff like that.
Stuff like that, yeah. But I wasn't. Like I said, I never dressed in the fads.
What were some fads back then? Like we have dadding now. What did you guys do for fun?
Well, it was an age of, technology was not there yet. So I don't know that there was really fads of any sort. Like I said, we used to just hang out different places in the neighborhood, especially like the park. Like I said, we just like to hang out, ride bikes. Play games at the park, stuff like that.
Do you know any popular dance moves in the 80s?
I'd have to say breakdancing became a big thing in the 80s, for sure. That Michael Jackson and his moonwalk was something that was certainly started back in the 80s. I don't know about that many other popular dances that they were doing in the 80s.
Where did you go to high school?
Southwest High School.
And what year did you start there?
1984.
Who was your favorite teacher?
I can't even remember her name. She was... This makes me sound really old. We used to have typing classes where you'd use typewriters to learn how to type as opposed to computers. Well, my typing teacher was the greatest. I wish I could remember her name, but I just can't. I have no idea what her name was, but she was a super cool teacher. It was my last hour of the day, so it was great.
What was your favorite thing to do when you were 15 years old?
I like to ride my bike all over the place. My friends used to give me trouble all the time because I would always have my bike with me. I couldn't go with my friends who had cars or had licenses because I always had my bike with me. But I love to ride my bike. I'd ride my bike everywhere, all over the place.
Do you think of the 80s as a memorable part of your life?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Those were my teen years, so we did a lot of different stuff in the 80s compared to what I would do now. I wouldn't be able to do any of that stuff anymore. I would never allow you to do half the stuff that we did in the 80s. The bike riding everywhere and, going places like that.
All right, well, that concludes our interview.
War was in 85.
And didn't they, big feathered hair was the thing.
Blue eyeliner mascara,
Yeah.
right?
A lot of the girls wore blue eyeliner and blue mascara. Blue
I bet you
eyeshadow.
wore blue eyeliner, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did. Blue eyeliner, blue eye mascara, blue eyeshadow.
Blue eyeliner till 99.
I did not.
98.
I did not. 99.
What was your favorite movie and why?
Favorite movie from the 80s? I don't know that I had a favorite movie in the 80s. Come back to that one.
Logan, start over.
Oh my God, Mom!
Well,